Okay, today we're working on a 310 SL John Deere backhoe. Anyway, a couple of days ago we was having a problem. When you get up in here to try to crank this thing, we didn't have any power coming to this keypad here. Whereas it's just like, okay, right now I got the battery disconnected, the same thing, nothing. None of this keypad would work. Nothing would come on inside here, even the inside interior light. Anyway, we got down in here to where the fuses is at. Let's see if I can get up and show y'all this a little bit better here. Get out of this thing without getting damaged. Okay, right in here is this panel. You'll see right here, this is the fuses for the what they call the SSM, solid state or solid something. Is that little keypad up there. Sometimes I have a hard time explaining some things, but anyway, F17, F15 and F10, which would be this fuse, and this fuse. You got two 5s and a 10. Now there should be voltage there. Now the day when it all started, I checked the voltage at these fuses and it was showing me 4.25 volt with my voltmeter. Anyway, so it was showing 4.25, so I figured, okay, well, you know, it might be the computer is sending the voltage to all this, then it sends up there to the keypad. That's what I was thinking, because, you know, nobody could tell us nothing about the voltage of what's supposed to be here on these three fuses. Anyway, I found out the next day when I went back down there, it has even lower voltage, and I know it was something like 4.25 volts. Then the next day it was something like 3.25 volt, and it's like, okay, something ain't right there. And we talked to some people on the phone and nobody could tell us what the voltage is supposed to be here on these three fuses. Anyway, we dug deeper. We had this panel completely off, steering wheel, all that, to where you can get in there and check some wires and stuff. Now there's two relays that's behind this cover here, and they had 12.6 volts. There's a lot of, you know, the normal voltage, 12.6. Anyway, we got to looking around, and I told Randy, I said, well, we need to get in there where them other fuses is located at by the batteries. All right, and we did. Now, when we finally got all this off, and trust me, it's not fun taking this off. These, this main box here, you got to remove that. But before you remove that, do yourself a favor, remove this piece first. It will make getting to everything a lot easier. Now, getting back to the fuses, they're supposed to be mounted right in here on this bracket. All three of them are supposed to. They wasn't but one mounted, and that was this one with the red on it. All right, so I reached down inside, found the blue, I bumped the dirt off of it. Then this one right here, it had a yellow band on it. Anyway, when I was bumping it, getting the mud off of it and all, one of the legs broke off in there. All right, so figured that was the problem. So I jumped my knife across it, and we had power on the inside of the monitor, you know, where the little keypad is. So what we done, instead of working on it back there in the back, what I done, I just taped it up. I used a lot of tape. And these two wires right here, they had a yellow band on it. In other words, see, like this one's got a red band, this one's got a blue. The one with the yellow band is the one that feeds the power to the inside of this cab. So what I done, I just temporarily tied it back together. We got some parts, we got new pieces, fuse holder, a new fuse, and a new top. Now this is the old one, and if you'll look, see how bad corroded that one is right there? This is the way it was. Well, it's still falling in all pieces. But that was the problem that we found. And like I said, I tied this back together to where we can get the backhoe inside this shop here to where we can do some work on it and not be out there in that hot sun. But anyway, I just wanted to point this out just in case somebody else with a 310 SL backhoe and you lose power at the keypad. All right, check your fuses. All right, if you got 12 volts at your fuses, then that keypad, if it's not working, you probably have a problem with that keypad. That was the first thing I thought about until the next day we went back down there and worked on it again. Anyway, long story short, these fuses, once this is tied together, them fuses over here, them 3 fuses, the 2 5s and that 10, it will have 12 volts or whatever the battery has. That is what these 3 fuses right here is supposed to have. If you got less voltage, go and look where that fuse holder is, and remember it's a yellow band that's on that. Anyway, that is what we found out to be the problem with. And if somebody else has a problem with their 310 SL or just the 310 John Deere backhoe and no power inside, look at your fuses where the batteries is. It's trust me, you'll say a few bad words when you start to remove all this, because it's aggravating to get there and get this all taken apart to where you can look at it. Now if I have done 4 or 5 of them or something like that, it'd be easy. But being the first time, when you first time you do something, it's super aggravating because you really don't know exactly what to remove, what to take loose and all. But I hope this video helps. Anyway, thank you. Okay, we got good voltage on all three of them fuses. And it's what the battery bolt is. So it's 12.77 over 12 3/4 volts, you might as well say, on the 10 amp and 2 5 amps. Let's see, that was 77. No, it's 71. I was just looking at it wrong, I reckon. Anyway, now you got power all to the inside here.